I picked this up from Home Depot recently. I was looking for a tire inflator. This is marked as a corded or cordless air inflator. I chose Dewalt simply because I already have the Dewalt platform. I have, a drill, impact driver, 1/2-inch impact wrench. I have a few Dewalt tools, string trimmer, so I already have several Dewalt batteries, already have the Dewalt chargers, so I was just going to stick with Dewalt. You guys know how it is. If you have Milwaukee, you stick to Milwaukee. You have Makita, you stick to Makita, etc. So I picked this up for inflating tires. I have some, landscaping, lawn equipment to put air in the tires, vehicles, bicycles, stuff like that. So this is the DCC020IB India Bravo. Basically it's a tire inflator. You could also use it for something like an air mattress, but this is not an air compressor. This is not meant for running air tools. This is a tire inflator, essentially. It says here on the box, it can use 20 volts, DeWalt 20 volt lithium-ion batteries. It can use 12 volt DC, the car charging adapter for in your car if you happen to have a dead battery or you forget your battery. One thing that I see on a lot of the reviews online, if you look this product up, most of the 1-star reviews that you see for this product are about this right here. If you look at like Lowe's, Home Depot, Amazon, etc., the way it's marketed is you might think that it comes with a 120 volt wall outlet, and it does not. It says that it's AC compatible, but it says right here, AC power adapter sold separately. So this particular product can use a 120 volt, plug in the wall with a 120 volt cord, but it doesn't come with it. And that's what a lot of people, I think, don't realize when they purchase this, and that's the source of the vast majority of the 1-star reviews. So here is the actual air inflator. Here is the size of it. It's a little bit more compact than I think you would probably think that it would be. On the bottom right here, we have the slot for their 20 volt batteries, and it's wide open here. There's nothing below it, so you could theoretically put as big of a battery as you want. This is the Dewalt 6 amp hour battery. So it just clicks into place there. So there's the battery. So I'm gonna power it on, and we have 2 screens right here. This screen over here shows you the air pressure of whatever you're attached to. So when you have your hose connected to the Schrader valve on like a car tire or whatever you're inflating, this, when you screw it in, will show you how many PSI are already in that tire. Over here is your selection of how many PSI you want to inflate it to. And right here, you have a little knob that spins, and if it goes in half a PSI increments, so you see it's like 15, 15.5, 16, 16.5, etc. And you can spin this real quick. Here we are, going way up in the PSIs, but it's very quick to adjust it. And then to start it, you would just hit the start button here. There's nothing, I was just about to say there's nothing connected, but it does start to run. So over here, this little icon is a flashlight, because it has a flashlight on the end. It's not the brightest flashlight, but if you're on the side of the road in the middle of the night, it might be nice. Right here, this icon here, what this does is it switches between basically the tire inflator mode, which uses the hose on the left, or the air inflator, the large volume, which is the one on the right, which this is for basically like air mattresses and stuff. So what this is for is you turn this to the, click it, so you have this icon here, which is for the, mass air inflator. And we have a hose on the side here. This hose pops completely off. On the end here, we have several attachments. And this is your air, you have an air intake, and you have an icon here for the for air going out. And this connects right here, and it twists, turns quarter of a turn to lock. And so now you have an air hose that you can use as what they call the large volume inflator. This is for like air mattresses, beach balls, some kids' toys, stuff like that. That's what that's for. Rather than blowing those up with your mouth, you can use this. So on the side here, We have a needle adapter for like soccer balls, footballs, etc., basketballs. We have an adapter here for, you know, different size Schrader valves. We have another adapter here, also for like sports equipment, stuff like that. On the side here, we have this drawer that opens up, and inside of it, this is the 12-volt adapter for plugging into a car, you know, the cigarette outlet they call it, and the plug for it. This is also where you would connect the 120-volt wall outlet cord, but that is sold separately. It's not included. And then lastly on here, this is your air hose for your tire inflator. You have about probably about 2 feet or so of hose, and it has, this is your typical tire inflator for your Schrader valves, and it does thread on. It is threaded in here, so you don't have to stand there holding it. You can screw it on and walk away. So this is the tire inflator. I've had excellent results with it so far. I really like it. I'm gonna include some clips of it working. One thing that I've noticed is when you set the PSI, let's say it's a tire and you're doing 35 PSI, it actually will fill it a little bit more. You'll see it go to like 35.2 or 35.3, and that's so when you disconnect it and a tiny bit of air comes out, it accounts for that already. So let's see the product in use, but I highly recommend it. So here we have a tire from a John Deere lawn cart. The tire says it has a weight capacity of 300 pounds at 30 PSI cold. I haven't used this in a few years. I haven't added air to it in a few years, so it's probably very low. So we're just going to remove the valve stem cover. This does thread on. Okay, it's threaded on. We're going to power on the Dewalt charger. Let me put out a little bit of an angle so you can probably see it. Okay. Well, it's showing it's only at 3.5 PSI. I mean, this is, let me zoom back out a second. I mean, I can squeeze this tire. It's pretty almost flat. So we're going to put this up to probably just 25 PSI and hit start. And then this is a regular passenger car tire. This is a 185/65 15-inch wheel. Remove the valve stem cover. Thread on the air hose. You can hear the air when it pushes in the Schrader valve enough. So I'm going to set it to 36 PSI. You can see that it's at 32.9. We're going to hit start.